This is Beneath a Steel Sky for the Amiga CD32. Let's plonk that down there for a moment. It's one of the better known and accoladed, let's say, point and click adventure games. Those that are into retro games, computer games, let's say, will have heard of it and know of it quite well. It's up there, I suppose, with the old Monkey Islands, etc. It's certainly a good sci-fi point and click adventure game. The box is wonderful in a, as I always say, minimalistic way. I think there hasn't been, well, there have been one or two games, I haven't said that, but it certainly feels like I say this every time, but certainly that's more of a designer's box cover. Very strange that this is stuck on. I think also a couple of Microprose games, I believe, have this sort of line there, but it certainly is a sticker. It makes me want to peel it and see if it says PC CD-ROM underneath, which I imagine it may do. Us poor Amiga fans always get in the raw deal. I have plenty of Amiga games with sticker that are peeling off with age, and underneath the app it says PC CD-ROM. It's almost like the box was designed for the bigger market, and then we'll just slap this sticker over the top. Regardless, it does actually make it look good, but I think when I see this, I keep wanting to tilt it and see if this is also, which it is slightly, as you can see it reflecting there. It's got a slight reflection to it, but it's not really that much. Anyway, I'm complaining already. I like it. It's a very good cover, and if you look at the sort of the skyscrapers tower blocks there, they're kind of industrial. We have the same scene here. You can't really see it, it's a shame, but it's similar. Over on the back, nothing really reflective. I don't want to nitpick on it. I think it's a great box. And just 4 screenshots, 5 I suppose if you had the background, but that's part of the FMV intro. Let's see if we can get in close on here. It's your typical point and click fare, to be honest. Quite Blade Runner as well, although from recollection it does kind of wander into VR in the story, so you could say sort of Blade Runner-y, dare I say it, mixed with Lawnmower Man almost. It certainly hints at Cybernet and VR sort of story there. Let's read on the back. Featuring, lovely and bold, Revolution's innovative virtual theatre system and stunning artwork from award-winning, let's try and get this lined up with the camera, award-winning artist Dave Gibbons. Beneath the Steel Sky is a gripping science fiction thriller set in a bleak vision of the future, and it certainly is. Let's have a quick look at the screenshots again. Many of us on the Amiga, and I suppose PC as well, are familiar with this scene, even if you never bought the game, because if you had magazines, you'd get either cover discs or cover CD-ROMs with a playable demo. Starting with this scene, it's one of the first scenes in the game. I believe you're outside at first, and then you go in, and it just sets the scene gently for the puzzle, but certainly it does get bleaker the more you go into this story. So I need to find my position. Robert Foster is an innocent outsider. Camera. About there. Stranded in a vast city where oppressed civilians live and work in soaring tower blocks, while the corrupt, covetous and rich lie underground, shielded from all pollution. Alone, save for a robot circuit board, Foster must fight for survival and discover the sinister truth behind his abduction. And that's it. Consider it's a point and click adventure game. They normally go on blah 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 blah, over 150 locations, over blah 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 blah, several, I don't know, what do they normally say, 50, 100 and something characters to interact with. We have none of that here. It's quite plain and to the point. It's painting a picture of the story, really. It's not so much about the game. Revolution Software, so if we can not really. Anyway, that's their logo, so most people will be familiar with those, certainly for adventure games, and they're still going. The box, again at the side, it's a nice box. It's, as I say, like a designer's box, so let's open this up carefully, because I'm always chucking CDs and everything around. Also keep this outside of the jewel case. That's basically it. I believe it may have come with a little comic book. Certainly has a comic introduction to it. I can't remember. It may just be the PC version that has this, or maybe mine is just missing it. This was a pickup from some years ago, actually. I've had it, but I didn't actually own it back in the day. So there's the manual on the back. Okay, just a few bits they missed out there. So this sets the story again. It's worth a read before you play the game, but it's not really essential. I don't think it has any copyright code, being on CD as well, but there was a floppy disk version for the Amiga and also I believe for the PC as well, if I remember correctly. So yeah, it gives you troubleshooting and game control, and that's really it. Yep, goes on to other languages. So yeah, oh, we do have a backing. I forgot this. Says the same thing. Yeah, just looking to see why this is here. So yeah, fairly plain, but the game speaks for itself. Let's bring this to the front and just balance this on here. The game certainly speaks for itself, so if you haven't played it, you can find this on GOG, Good Old Games. You can, might even be on Steam, probably anyway, for the PC versions. It's a wonderful game. It's certainly, as I said, your point and click adventure game in standard, but the story really unlocks the further you go, let's say. So there we go, Beneath a Steel Sky. I will be playing this not yet, probably in a few weeks to come once I get my talking sorted. But the box, yeah, again, I'm not going to rate it, but certainly it's like a simplified design. It does the trick, and of course it's slightly wider, slightly bigger box than normal, and for CD32 it's one of the bigger boxes. There's not many games with a nice big thick box that they deserve, rather like a PC release. Just trying to think off the top of my head. Rise of the Robots maybe, but I actually stutter as I say that because it's not a very good game. The box is about the best thing. Anyway, yep, Beneath the Steel Sky. I'm going to end this while I can still talk. Goodbye.